Welcome to Fun and Games Side Quests. Every episode is a different host sharing a video game they love and why they love it.
Hello, I'm Keith from comic podcast We Have Issues and certain POV music show Jukebox Vertigo. Earlier this year, I sat in a coffee shop with the host of the show, Matt, and enjoyed a beverage. This was our first in-person meeting ever, and we had just gotten out of the Super Mario movie, which was great, by the way. We sat and discussed the movie, about going to cons, and of course, the games that we play. The subject of the game Coffee Talk and the upcoming sequel came up. For those who don't know, I recorded a previous iteration of this series about the original Coffee Talk. I was eagerly anticipating the sequel, bittersweet as the idea was. The irony that my friendship with Matt started with my recording a brief monologue about a game and my love for cafes and chatter, and now led to the two of us sitting together and enjoying each other's company in a cafe, is just something I treasure. And yes, it was April, and the temperature was over 100 degrees, so it wasn't exactly a cozy booth in a corner with gentle rain outside. I had an Arnold Palmer, not my usual London fog. But we had come full circle, and that was nice. Less than a month later, Coffee Talk Episode 2, Hibiscus and Butterfly was released. I had pre-ordered it and eagerly downloaded it. I could not wait to be back in the all-night cafe. And then I just didn't play it. I'm going to be a little personal here, so sorry if that makes anyone uncomfortable, but I can't tell you what was really holding me back. Maybe it was the looming threat that it might be the last in the series. Maybe I was worried it would change too much, but personally, I think I was not in the best headspace to jump back into that world. I wanted to give it my full attention. I wanted to enjoy it fully. So it sat as an icon on my desktop. I packed my belongings and moved across the country. I settled in a new city with a new life. I recorded podcasts. I went to cafes even. And then one night, I was sitting in front of my computer. I was kind of feeling myself. Whereas I love my new home and my new city, obviously I had to leave people behind. And that night, I was missing them terribly. My best friend and her strawberry frap, my mother and her cold brew, my favorite barista, and the way they made my drink perfectly every time. I was lonely, heartbroken, and I needed something. So I started Coffee Talk Episode 2. But after all those months, I needed something familiar. And I can't stress enough that I'm not going to spoil the game at this point. The story is the whole point of it, and every single one of you should play both episodes. But I still have plenty to say. Obviously, if you played the game, you might understand why going into it while feeling lonely and missing those closest to you might not seem ideal. Something happens at the beginning, and a major shift from the first episode occurs. Your strongest lifeline, the one you can depend on the most, has to go. Now, normally, this would devastate me, and I'd turn it off. But I continued, and I'm so glad I did. See, Episode 2 of Coffee Talk reminded me that I have a community. My favorite people might not be there with me, but I have people that care about me. As someone who struggles with a specific personality disorder, it is very hard for me to remember that sometimes. But as familiar faces lined up for the cafe, I found myself slipping back into the comfort of the familiar. I won't go through all the cast, but I found myself genuinely engaged with the fates of the regulars, watching Lou and Bailey struggle with the next step in their relationship, Aqua and Myrtle contend with their very different methods of communication, or seeing Rachel mature before my very eyes just felt right. Of course, there were new faces, and they made an immediate impact on me. First up was Lucas, a fawn that I nicknamed the Beautiful Idiot immediately. And I should have hated him. Everything about him just screams, I should hate this guy. But he's so genuine, so sincere, that my heart went out to him. I was worried he might be my new favorite character. But then Riona walked into the cafe and into my heart. Much like Lucas was Beautiful Idiot, Riona was Tortured Goth, and I fell for her immediately. I don't know what that says about my tastes. Probably something bad. Oh well. And as the game progressed, they grew and explored who they were in such pleasing ways. The addition of the social media post on the mobile app helped this measurably. As each day began, I found myself checking the feed immediately to see whether Riona was going to be working all day and what desperate attempt to get adoration Lucas was doing next. In addition to new characters, there are many new drinks added along with new teas. Now, as a tea drinker, I love this because I do not drink coffee. My aforementioned best friend particularly loves blue pea tea, so it kind of put a smile on my face to see that in the game. And of course, I once again took notes to look up recipes to try later. I should also mention the music because it was such an important part of the first game. This soundtrack is just as good and might be better. It maintains the same lo-fi vibe, but with a little variety that I loved. More importantly, this game gave me more insight into the character I was embodying. Again, no spoilers, but the barista has a preoccupation with building a community. This is the first time we really see the barista as an entity with genuine wants and needs, and the customers even comment on that. Needless to say, this hit me at just the right time. The themes of found family and a loving circle really hit home. There's a scene near the end of the game where there is a celebration at the shop, and I really didn't want that scene to end. It's one of the most arresting scenes I've ever had in a video game. Much like the first game, multiple playthroughs are required for the true ending. I wasn't sure if I was going to do it at first, but I put in the time and got the true ending, and let me tell you, it destroyed me emotionally. And I genuinely hope this is not the last time I get to get behind the counter of an all-night cafe in stormy Seattle. This series has been one of my most enjoyable gaming experiences of my life, and I've enjoyed telling you about it as well. So please play these games. Order up, and happy gaming. Alright, Josue, let's go through our new Comic Day stack. We have a lot to review.
I know. Maybe we've gone too far.
Well, let's see. Marvel, of course. DC.
I got Image, Dark Horse,
Black Mask, Boom, IDW.
Aftershock, Vault, of course, Mad Cave,
Oni, Valiant, Scout.
Magma, Behemoth.
Wow, that's a lot. Well, all we need now is a name for our show. We need a name for a show about reviewing comic books every week. Something clever, but not too clever.
Like a pun? It's kind of cheesy.
Yeah, something that seems funny at first, but we might regret later on as an impulsive decision a few dozen episodes in.
Yeah, we'll think of something.
Join Keith and Josue for We Have Issues, a weekly show reviewing almost every new comic released each week, wherever you listen to your podcasts.
CPOV. CertainPOV.com.